OpenAI has just released a major update for ChatGPT. It's truly one of the biggest updates in recent times. They introduced a new free model called GPT-4o, a desktop app, a voice assistant, vision capabilities, and much more. And on top of that, I've already gained access to it. So in today's video, we'll cover everything from the recent OpenAI Spring update.
The big news today is that we are launching our new flagship model, and we are calling it GPT-4o. The special thing about GPT-4o is that it brings GPT-4 level intelligence to everyone, including our free users.
And this is a huge update for free users because you no longer need to use the GPT 3.5 model, which is pretty weak by today's standards.
A very important part of our mission is to be able to make our advanced AI tools available to everyone for free. And today, we're also bringing the desktop app to ChatGPT.
And this is another major update because the desktop app has vision capabilities, which means you can show it your screen and ask questions based on what it sees on your screen, as in this example.
Hey, ChatGPT.
Hey there, how's it going?
Yeah, it's going really well. I was wondering if you could help me with a coding problem today.
Of course, I'd love to help you out. What's the coding problem you're dealing with?
Okay, I'm going to share with you some code. 1 second.
Sure thing, take your time.
Okay, so I just shared some code with you. Could you give me a really brief one-sentence description of what's going on in the code?
This code fetches daily weather data for a specific location and time period, smooths the temperature data using a rolling average, annotates a significant weather event on the resulting plot, and then displays the plot with the average, minimum, and maximum temperatures over the year.
Awesome, thanks so much.
For both free and paid users, ChatGPT desktop app will be available for macOS, and it's designed to integrate seamlessly into anything you're doing on your computer. With a simple keyboard shortcut, Option plus space, you can instantly ask ChatGPT a question. You can also take and discuss screenshots directly in the app. But let's go back a bit and look at what the GPT-4o model is capable of.
GPT-4o provides GPT-4 level intelligence, but it is much faster and it improves on its capabilities across text, vision, and audio.
So, the free GPT-4o model matches GPT-4 Turbo's performance on text in English and code, with significant improvements in text for non-English languages, while also being much faster and 50% cheaper in the API. GPT-4o is especially better at vision and audio understanding compared to existing models. They also provided this model evaluations chart, which compares GPT-4o with GPT-4 Turbo, GPT-4, Claude 3 Opus, Gemini Pro, and Gemini Ultra, and the most powerful Llama model, Llama 3 400B. As you can see, GPT-4o performs pretty much the same and even surpasses the most intelligent models in some comparisons.
We have these advanced tools that are only available to our paid users, at least until now. With the efficiencies of 4o, we can bring these tools to everyone. So starting today, you can use GPTs and the GPT store, and you can also use Vision. So now you can upload screenshots, photos, documents containing both text and images, and you can start conversations with ChatGPT about all of this content. You can also use memory, where it makes ChatGPT far more useful and helpful because now it has a sense of continuity across all your conversations. And you can use Browse, where you can search for real-time information in your conversation, and advanced data analysis, where you can upload charts or any information, and it will analyze this information, it will give you answers, and so on.
In addition to a host of new features, we've received many functions that were previously available only to paid users, and now we can use them for free. GPTs, browse for up-to-date information, memory, vision for uploading photos and documents, and so on.
We've also improved on the quality and speed in 50 different languages for ChatGPT. And this is very, very important because we want to be able to bring this experience to as many people out there as possible.
So it looks like we will no longer have issues with different language inputs, where ChatGPT used to give much better results only in English. Now many users will be able to use ChatGPT more effectively in their own languages.
But GPT-4o is not only available in ChatGPT, we're also bringing it to the API.
This means that developers can also use GPT-4o to create their own apps and products. However, It also means that even if you still don't have access to GPT-4o within ChatGPT, you can try it out directly in the OpenAI playground.
GPT-4o reasons across voice, text, and vision.
So let's take a look at some examples of how the GPT-4o voice assistant and its vision capability work.
So one of the key capabilities we're really excited to share with you today is real-time conversational speech. Let's just get a demo fired up. So I'm taking out a phone. If you are wondering about this wire, it's so we have consistent internet. And if you see, there's this little icon on the bottom right of the ChatGPT app, and this will open up GPT-4o's audio capabilities. Hey, ChatGPT, I'm Mark. How are you?
Oh, Mark. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How about you?
So you can now interact with ChatGPT as a personal assistant. But to show the difference between the previous voice assistant, take a look at this video.
Hey, so I'm on stage right now. I'm doing a live demo, and frankly, I'm feeling a little bit nervous. Can you help me calm my nerves a little bit?
Oh, you're doing a live demo right now? That's awesome. Just take a deep breath. And remember, you're the expert here.
I like that suggestion. Let me try a couple deep breaths. Can you give me feedback on my breaths? Okay, here I go.
Whoa, slow a bit there. Mark, you're not a vacuum cleaner.
It seems like GPT-4o can recognize not just words, but also things like rapid breathing, as shown in this example. All its responses are wonderfully humorous, which makes it feel like you're interacting with a real person.
Can you tell us a bit how it's different from voice mode?
Right, so if you've used our voice mode experience before, you'll notice a couple key differences. First, you can now interrupt the model. You don't have to wait for it to finish your turn before you can start speaking, and you can just butt in whenever you want. Second, the model is real-time responsiveness. So that means that you don't have this awkward 2 to 3 second lag before you wait for the model to give a response. And finally, the model picks up on emotion, right? When I was breathing super hard there, it could tell and it knew, hey, you might want to calm down a little bit. You're kind of running a little bit too fast. Not only that though, the model is able to generate voice in a variety of different emotive styles. And it really has a wide dynamic. So I'm gonna fire up another demo for that. Hey, ChatGPT, how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Pretty good.
What's up?
So my friend Barrett here, he's been having trouble sleeping lately. And I want you to tell him a bedtime story about robots and love.
Oh, a bedtime story about robots and love? I got you covered. Gather round, Barrett. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, there was a robot named Byte. Byte was a curious robot, always exploring.
I started this story, but I want a little bit more emotion in your voice, a little bit more drama.
Got it. Let's add some drama. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, there was a robot named Byte.
No, ChatGPT. I really want maximal emotion, like maximal expressiveness, much more than you were doing before.
Understood. Let's amplify the drama. Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, there was a robot named Byte. Byte
Can
was
you do this in a robotic voice now?
initiating dramatic robotic voice. Once upon a time.
So you can see that this is really pretty fantastic. Having an assistant you can interact with, consult, and be entertained by is exactly what I love to see from OpenAI. But GPT-4o is also capable of real-time vision, and one of the best examples of its demonstration is this video.
Hello there. I'm here with my son, and I'd love you to tutor him on this math problem. But don't give him the answer. You can ask questions and nudge him in the right direction, but I really want to make sure he understands it himself. And he's here in the room, so you can talk to him directly.
Of course, I'd be happy to help. Let's look at the problem together. Can you first identify which sides of the triangle are the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse relative to angle alpha?
All right, so I'm pretty sure this is the angle alpha right here, right?
Perfect. That's correct. Now, looking at the triangle, which side do you think is the hypotenuse?
Remember
the hypotenuse?
I'm not totally sure. I think it might be this one, but I really am not sure. This side AC.
You're close. Actually, side AC is called the adjacent side to the angle alpha. The hypotenuse is the longest side of a right triangle and is directly opposite the right angle. Can you find which one is the hypotenuse?
Oh, okay, I see. So I think the hypotenuse is this really long side from A to B. Would that be correct?
Exactly. Well done. Now that you've identified the hypotenuse, can you identify which side is the opposite side to angle alpha?
Okay, well, I mean, you told me earlier that this was the adjacent side, and I know that's the hypotenuse, so I'm guessing that this side, BC, is the opposite side.
Great deduction. That's absolutely correct. Now that you've identified all the sides relative to angle alpha, do you remember the formula for finding the sine of an angle in a right triangle?
Yeah, I know that the sine is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse.
Perfect. That's absolutely right. Now, can you apply that formula to find sine alpha in the triangle using the lengths of the sides that we've identified?
Okay, so, I mean, you told me that 7, this side BC, is the opposite side. And then you said that the hypotenuse is the longest side, so that would be this side AB, which is 25. So would the answer be 7 over 25?
Excellent work. That's correct. Sine alpha equals 7 over 25.
So, as you can see, GPT-4o did an excellent job, not just giving the correct answer, but also guiding on how to solve the problem. In this example, it demonstrates the ability of GPT-4o to see and react to changes that this guy was drawing in real time. You can also do this using your phone's camera and ask questions based on what it sees. Here's another excellent example of using GPT-4o as a voice assistant.
Bot Gaskar wants to know if GPT-4o is capable of real-time translation. Mark, you want to try this one?
Sure,
with
yeah,
me?
let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
I speak Italian, so we can just do English Italian.
Let's try to do English Italian. Sure, let's do it. Hey, ChatGPT, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for asking. How about you? How's your day going?
I'm doing great. So I would like you to function as a translator. I have a friend here who only speaks Italian, and I only speak English. And every time you hear English, I want you to translate it to Italian. And if you hear Italian, I want you to translate it back to English. Is that good?
Perfetto.
Mark, io mi chiedo se le balene potessero parlare, cosa ci direbbero?
Mike, she wonders if whales could talk, what would they tell us?
They might ask, how do we solve linear equations?
Potrebbero chiederci come risolviamo le equazioni lineari.
Sicuramente sì.
Certainly, yes.
Great, looks like it works.
So that's pretty much it. I'm so excited about all these updates, especially for free users, including the voice assistant and vision capabilities. Let me know what you think about the new OpenAI Spring update. Catch y'all.